Unless you have a really good reason not to, you should keep all your applications and services up to date. We'll edit our backup.sh scripts and add the upgrade part. I'll show you how to upgrade iRedMail and Zulip LXCs, and we'll do a system upgrade. Let's start with Docker services. While we did use the latest for Docker image tag in all services except Nextcloud, stopping and starting the service with Docker Compose down and then Docker Compose up-d will not pull the fresh image. The Docker image you have downloaded already has the latest tag, so unless you specifically pull the latest image again, Docker will run the container using that existing image. I'll show you an example with Pi-hole service. Open backup.sh inside Pi-hole directory, and right above this cd script dir line, pull the latest Docker image. We can use these variables because .env file is in the same directory as this script, and we sourced it here. Since we are using variables and not the literal tag, this approach will also work in Nextcloud's backup script, where we have used tag Apache. When this script runs, it will get the new image with the latest tag if it's available on the Docker Hub, and when we do this Docker Compose up-d, that new image will be used to create a container. Save the file, and we should probably rename it now to backup and upgrade.sh. Now open main.yml inside tasks directory, and we need to use the new name here in the cron tab section. Instead of backup, this is now backup and upgrade. Save the file, open setup.yml, leave only Pi-hole role, save the file and run Ansible playbook. On the VPS, crontab-l will show a new entry here at the bottom. The reason it didn't update the existing Pi-hole entry is because we've changed this name. This is no longer backup, it's backup and upgrade. I will edit this crontab manually with crontab-e and remove this previous entry and save the file. Let's now run this new script and test if it works okay. As you can see in logs, it did pull the fresh image tagged latest, so after bringing the service down, performing the backup, and then starting the service again, container is now running that freshly downloaded image with the latest tag. You should do the same for CheckMK and Nextcloud services. Process is exactly the same. Add the Docker pull line in their respective backup.sh files, rename the script from backup.sh to backup and upgrade.sh, replace the script name in crontab section in main.yml for each service, and remove the old entry in root's crontab on the VPS. Now let's open backup.sh inside GitLab directory. This script is a bit different. It uses these internal tools for creating backups, but the idea is the same. Pull the new latest image and restart the service. Right before we run these tools, add the Docker pull line, and then here after the backup path parameter, add cd and then script dir, which we've assigned up here. We do that because Docker Compose.yml is located there, and then we can do Docker Compose down and Docker Compose up-d. Save the file, rename the script to backup and upgrade.sh, then open the main.yml inside tasks directory and replace all lines in the crontab section. This is now called backup and upgrade. Save the file, open setup.yml, uncomment GitLab role, save the file and run Ansible playbook. On the VPS, run crontab-e and remove the old GitLab entry. This is the new one, backup and upgrade. Save the file. For traffic, we didn't create a backup script because there is nothing worth backing up. Besides, traffic is the only entry point for all HTTP communications, and I always upgrade it manually. If something breaks, I don't want it to happen in the middle of the night while I'm away. The way I do it is I cd into services traffic directory and then I do docker pull traffic :latest. With the fresh image downloaded, run docker compose down and docker compose up-d. This covered the services deployed with Docker. What you should remember from all of this is just because you see the latest tag on your VPS, that doesn't mean that it matches the latest on the Docker Hub. Only after you pull the image again, you can be sure that your local image is up to date.